Hey T-Squad, it's Kirsty. Today's cult didn't begin with prophecy or a guru promising the stars. It began with a promise to quit drugs. A California rehab community called Synanon grew into a multi-million-dollar movement with suits, slogans, and no-joke rattlesnakes mailed to enemies. This is how a feel-good recovery project slid into control, violence, and cult territory. Back in the late 1950s, a charismatic salesman named Charles Chuck Dederich created a recovery house on the beach in Santa Monica. Heroin was ripping through communities and treatment options were thin. Synanon's pitch was simple: live together, work together, and hold each other brutally accountable. No drugs, no half measures, no excuses. Addicts moved in and stayed for months, then years. The heart of Synanon was a ritual called the game. Picture a circle of people taking turns verbally tearing you down, shouting, swearing, exposing secrets while you're not allowed to defend yourself. The theory was that total honesty would break denial and rebuild character. In practice, it shattered boundaries. The game became a tool to humiliate, pressure, and ultimately control. If the group decided you were off-program, you could be screamed at for hours. Synanon expanded fast houses, businesses, a school for members' kids, even its own advertising and legal arms. People who weren't addicts joined because they loved the energy. But as money and power piled up, Dederich's rules hardened. Relationships were reassigned. Couples were told to split and take new partners for the program. Later, men were pressured to undergo vasectomies, and pregnant women were urged to have abortions to focus on the mission. Members shaved their heads in solidarity and wore uniforms. The slogan shifted from recovery to a new society. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Journalists, ex-members, and lawyers started sniffing around. Synanon responded with a security force called the Imperial Marines. There were surveillance operations, intimidation campaigns, and beatings. The turning point came in the late 70s when an attorney suing Synanon opened his mailbox and found a rattlesnake with the rattle removed so it would strike silently. He was bitten but survived. Police raided Synanon sites. Suddenly, the smiling charity had felonies in its shadow. Dederich was arrested for the attack conspiracy and eventually pled guilty. He received probation and fines. Synanon lost its tax-exempt status and bled cash in lawsuits. Members drifted away, properties were sold off, and by the early 1990s, the organization was effectively gone. Dederich died not long after, leaving a cautionary legacy. A rehab model praised for early success that collapsed under authoritarian rule. Former members say Synanon gave them structure when chaos was killing them. Jobs, meals, sobriety, purpose. That's real, and we should acknowledge it. But the same structure became a cage. The game normalized humiliation. Rule changes normalized obedience. Us versus them normalized aggression. By the time lines were crossed, many didn't notice they were gone. A noble mission can mask creeping coercion. Therapy without guardrails can enable abuse. When leaders are unaccountable, rules mutate to protect power. If leaving means losing your home, job, partner, and friends, you're not in a community, you're in captivity. That's Synanon, a recovery house that reinvented itself until it looked like a private army. Next time in our cult series, we'll tackle another group whose rules started as help and ended as harm. Keep your tea hot and your boundaries hotter.